Basement Bookers Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Basement Bookers Podcast. It's your boy, Basement Jer, with Rich the Riz, and we are here with our SummerSlam review 2025 edition. Not just that, we've also have we're gonna talk about ESPN. We're gonna speculate on Karrion Kross and Scarlett being moved to the alumni section. Spoiler alert, there's a reason I don't believe anything. And then, whatever else pops up.
Fuck.
We have at least two matches for Clash in Paris officially, but I'm pretty sure a third one was made after SmackDown went off air yesterday, Friday, depending. So, we can talk about that. And I don't know, whatever else. Rich the Riz, the most Riz's baldest man. Where do you want to start here?
I think it makes the most sense to start with SummerSlam. Let's talk about everything that went down.
So, we're going to do something new to the podcast, and we're going to we're not splitting it to night one and night two. It's going to be just SummerSlam because I don't remember what was when and what are the things I didn't set them. So I'm just going to pick the first one. Caveat here, we're just two people talking, okay? And for a lot of you might be new to this podcast. So I decided that right away to throw up this ticker. We all know it's a very hard profession, and everyone from bottom to the top deserve our respect. All criticism is for the characters, not the person. Now that that's out of the way. Now, if ever I say, do I have to tap the sign? This is the sign. People get butthurt too much, and I can't. I need to not be insecure anymore. I just keep fucking going. All right, I'm not worried about this shit anymore.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've clearly needed to say that in the past, so we obviously made the thing so that we can tap the sign when we need to tap the sign.
Yeah. Yes. And without further ado, since we've already tapped the sign, Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton, and with many found to be a not great match. I believe the hubbub is, they said it was 7 minutes. I don't have Wikipedia open. But,
I have it here, 7:05.
So there we go, a little over 7 minutes. I was one of those people that picked Jade Cargill, forgetting that, she's herself has said and she's not ready. And when she went for that cover with Jaded and dragged Tiffany Stratton to the fucking rope. And to make matters worse, on SmackDown, Jade is like, if it weren't for, I'm going to get my way. If it weren't for me dragging you to the ropes, we'd be having a different conversation right now. It's like, why even touch that? We all saw what happened.
Yep.
Your thoughts?
Position. Thing is, like, where you're supposed to be is where you got to be. If you're not there, maybe just do something else. Maybe say, I'm not in a position, kick out. Like her reaching the rope. Yeah, okay. Later on, it became the plot device for why Jade is going to ultimately want a rematch. But you could have done that positional spot. That was only a positional spot, really. Yeah, it was after Jaded, of course. But, like, that could have been done later on. You could have gotten back there. You didn't need
You
to
also
ruin it
might
like
have
that.
to break the plan.
Yeah.
I feel like, look, if I was in Jade's shoes, which I could never be, but if I were in Jade's shoes, I'd just follow the plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I might have made that mistake, but I think like a professional, like they would have to sometimes you have to go off the book. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Maybe
Hmm.
that's not the way.
Hmm.
And then just explain it when you get to the back because it looks rotten.
Right.
It's not good.
It's a
And we'll
very
have
this.
another situation with that, by the way. We're not picking on Jade specifically.
Mhm.
Just wait till we get to, gosh, Ed, it's funny because we'll still be in trouble because it's the Becky Lynch Lyra match. So it's like another women's match, guys. Really?
Oh,
Like
to me that was the worst. We're absolutely going to get to that. But
those
like
are egregious.
it's a this is a very visual form of entertainment as far as like the positioning of things have to be right, you know?
I don't want
But
to go viral. You
right,
know what I mean?
of
As
course.
with that,
Yeah, but at the same time it has to look right. You know, we shouldn't be able to tell. Oh, she was out of position and dragged her into position to so she could reach the rope. I don't want to see that. I don't. I want to be able to fully suspend disbelief when I watch. Now we are a little, no pun intended, jaded when it comes. We've watched 30+ years of wrestling, probably 40+ years of wrestling between.
I don't
You
want to
know,
talk about it.
exactly. Numbers are bad, but like we still go into we still watch the match wanting to be immersed like the good matches like we're into, it's not like, oh, his footwork wasn't great there. It's not like we critique every little thing like you said at the top of the show. We're just two dudes, but like make us forget that it's staged. you
Right.
know
Yeah.
Drag me in, don't drag me out of it with that stuff.
Yeah. True. True.
Maybe I did have a
Um,
rant.
you, that's a mini rant,
Yeah.
to be sure. Just to catch people up on Jade's status, she was confronted by Kiana James and Julia. Here's my card.
Mm.
Um, Michin's like, you gonna use that? And she's like, no. And then she's like, maybe I could get myself a United States title match. And before that was after the whole Tiffany thing.
Hmm.
But honestly, if why not put Jade with Kiana James
Yeah.
and Julia, and Julia can help. Well, yeah, she's still not. Hmm. You'd have to, if you want Jade to be champion, you need to hide her weaknesses, and we've discussed this ad
Hmm.
nauseum.
Hmm.
You need Jadeberg back. I'm sorry to tell you. And you
Yeah.
need to not put her in these stupid positions where she
Hmm.
has to land a specific spot so somebody can get their foot on the rope or something.
Hmm.
Obviously, that's not going to work. So try something else. If you really want to protect your investment, which she is,
Yep.
and make her shine, so it's like, oh shit, we did this better than the other guys, you might have to borrow and do what they did, kinda, but in your own way. And I would argue shorter matches than those, if I'm being honest.
Mm.
Like you need to make her have some flashy ass moves, some flashy power moves.
Just quick
Three
stat.
at the most.
Hmm. Aside
Three
for the
at the
cash in,
most.
that was the shortest match of
Yeah,
all SummerSlam this weekend.
yeah, that's right. All right. Well, not going to dance on the grave here. We're going to move on. We got a lot of show. This next one we're going to talk about in the order of what I see here, because otherwise we would have been talking about, the tribal chief
Hmm.
is Team Jelly Roll, Team Randy Orton. I'm sorry, Team Jelly Roll, Team Logan Paul, versus each other.
Mm.
Look, we were watching it live. We said, look, Jelly Roll doesn't have to do this shit.
Yeah.
Going through tables and all this. Rich says he kind of puked a little, maybe. I don't know. Um, the dude did it. He's never been under 300 pounds until now or something. I don't
Hmm.
remember. But he freaking did it. My only critique as someone who's watching, what takes me out of it is, and I know what I'm going to talk about right here. I'm talking about the table spot.
Hmm.
If you watch it again, he's watching Logan Paul. come down on him as he's doing the bracing.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you got to trust who you're in there with. You know, that's something that they should have told Jelly more, is to trust his partners, basically. I'm sorry to say it, but it's a dance. You got to trust your dance partners. And that's the only thing that took me out of it. Those moments where it's like, okay, this and that. He took a basement claymore, I like to call it, and from what I understand, and I believe he mentioned this to Cody on his podcast, it was his idea to lose. And, it looks like he wants to do this again.
Mm-hmm.
But good on him for losing. Bad on him messing with our predictions, but it's fine, whatever. It's not personal. We had the same thing, but I mean, as a group, I like to think as a group sometimes. It's easy when you're the champion, to forget that. But you're not the champion anymore. You haven't been for some time. So you got to remember you're also part of a group. You know what I mean? So, is there a problem here? What's your problem, man?
I get what you say. I remember that we're part of a group. Yes, it is nice to say that one of us had a perfect PLE, right? We've had you have had several, right?
We're still the Basement Bookers tag team champions, is what I'm saying. So if we get something wrong, we still got it wrong. You know
That's
what
right.
I mean?
That's right. We were out of position, but I want to say, like, I honestly I think Jelly Roll 10 out of 10. Get for celebrity coming in, having never done this before. 10 out of 10. Now
I can't do that. Sorry. Continue.
I get it. I maybe I'm more forgiving. Like
a 10 out of 10 is Logan Paul.
That's but
the level.
He's not that. Even like the regulars, even the regular superstars, you see them like the ones that we don't have to typically tap the sign for. Even them, you'll see them like as they're bracing, like looking up. I'm absolutely willing to forgive that. I think that aside, Jelly Roll with the perfect showing for a celebrity. I think it was the best celebrity appearance since Johnny Knoxville. I'll say certainly second to Bad Bunny. I think Bad Bunny, just like he had that a little more down pat. Things were a little crisper. But otherwise, for a celebrity coming in, definitely 10 out of 10. Bad Bunny would be 11 out of 10.
Look, Jelly Roll was no Mr. T. But,
nope.
And that's a compliment. And because if you hear about the stories, he wasn't too good with the wrestling part. But with Jelly Roll, when you say 10 out of 10, like I said, I think Logan Paul as a celebrity, because that's what he was when he came into here. That's a 10 out of 10. And he carried Jelly Roll on his shoulders through this match. And for a guy who hasn't been that long, it's crazy. It's really crazy to me. So
I think at this point, Logan Paul is a sports entertainer.
Yeah, I know. But like even when he just came in, he was still
damn good.
That's what I'm saying. Like took to it like really fast, as if you thought he was always doing it. So
I think
what I mean by 10 out of 10.
Because I think Logan Paul has that natural athleticism about him, which he obviously takes full advantage of. So when he puts in work, it just makes it that crisp. That like if you just started watching wrestling, you had never heard of Logan Paul before, kind of like I had never heard of Logan Paul before wrestling. You'd be like, oh yeah, he's a wrestler. Oh, he has a podcast too. What he did boxing? It's like you would think that he's just up in there with Seth and Roman and Becky. You would just think that he came up naturally. Yeah, Jelly Roll, of course, maybe doesn't have that Jelly Roll wasn't showcasing, athletic prowess. He was showing how well he can sell. Damn good, by the way. And like he was bumping around. He did, like you said, he didn't need to do all that. And that combined with him being the face of the match, his opponent being Logan Paul, all that, like the fans loved him. That's why everything just came together really well in Jelly Roll's favor, and that's why I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt there.
He's got better expressions than a lot of wrestlers, like Johnny Gargano. Like, I like Johnny Gargano, but like he's not very expressive. And the last thing I want to say about Logan Paul, because we got to stop. All right, this is getting too long. We're glazing Logan Paul too long. You know, people hate Logan Paul; they really do. But what I wanted to say was, I think he might have. I'm not saying he's fearless, because we all know that's Nikki Bella. What I'm saying is that like he has fear management. You know, that's what it looks like to me. He's not afraid to do or say the dumbest shit. He's just not. You know, he just does those things, and it's brought him success. So let's move on to the first heartbreak of the night for some people. This is Gunther versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, the number 2 belt. CM Punk has actually been world champion shorter, not by much, than Drew McIntyre after the WrestleMania that CM Punk screwed Drew. And as my mother would say, CM Punk is Drew this year with this little problem here.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the match first, and then we'll travel to the match that's after, which is what we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Like I
So,
said, the match first.
Yeah. Second longest match of the weekend, 30 minutes and 20 seconds. Felt like 5 minutes just because, time flies when you're having fun. But these two beat the crap out of each other. Good, hard-hitting match that seemed at times like it could go either way. We both had Punk, so I wasn't really biting my nails as far as who's going to win. But inner me is like, which way is this going to go? Like when you're in that ride, like this is what I'm talking about, that when it's good, you're just in it. You're just along for the ride and nothing takes you out of it. This was a solid match. Gunther and Punk.
Yes. So it falls apart. Gunther is dominating. And this is when I'm like, okay, this is over. He goes to the top of the desk and he starts gloating. And CM Punk does to Gunther what he did to Drew McIntyre and pulls his legs right from under him. Gunther, he's stuffed. He's bleeding. He's bleeding now. And the good selling on the bleeding, CM Punk wins the match. GTS, right? His nose is already whatever. That's it. Now, the only thing that I'll say that I didn't like was the obviousness of the table spot. You know what I mean? That's kind of weird. But it also speaks to that Gunther, that's his weakness, and he still didn't realize my freaking outbound was up so high. Should have told me. Can't hear myself anymore.
Sounded fine to me.
Oh, yours is on auto. Interesting.
It's because
I did say not to do that, but yeah, I get it.
It's because I cleared my cache, damn it. I had to put my name in again. I had to sign in.
Yeah, shit, this is gonna be a nightmare. All right. So, like I was saying before I interrupted myself, that's Gunther's problem. Is he has a issue with being overconfident, and it cost him. It cost him the IC title. It cost him World Championship twice now. And it's kind of crazy. Maybe I don't think so. Not with Jay. I think he took him serious enough. I feel like I don't think. I don't know. I don't. He
Jay
was
came
taunting him, but he always does that.
Jay came into that match different though. That was a different Jay Uso match. Like for Jay to
No, it's pretty
attempt,
gassed out.
yeah,
Same as usual.
yeah, but like, he was wrestling that match different, and to use Gunther's finish as his finish, um, I think it was some different psychology that Jay was using. So it's like he was trying to get into Gunther's head,
Right. Well,
or just like come in with a so to defy his expectations.
true. All right. So back to SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
So now that the match is over, Seth Rollins comes out. Now, in order to talk about this part, we need to activate the most powerful device at my disposal.
I love it.
It's a machine that I created. It's called the Horowitz device, named after Barry Horowitz, a professional wrestler from the early 90s. He would pat himself on the back, and this is when, either one of us, are correct about something. We have to fire it up, let you guys know. I was merciful and didn't go through everything, but I picked the earliest point, which was our main event review episode. And this is where we talk about it. And it's not one, but two bookers here who know a thing or two. So, Rich, the news is Seth has a bum knee. I don't believe it. I think this is a work. This is an epic work being done on us right now. Sure is. What are you thinking here? You think Seth Rollins played a game with us? You think maybe there's a little bit of truth to this? You think he's coming back sooner rather than later, as I do? What's your problem?
I'm with you. I think it's a work. I feel like he's exaggerating the timeline, specifically mentioning WrestleMania. Oh, I hope I'm back for WrestleMania. Yeah, the knee's been injured since November. You told us that last week, if I recall correctly, or maybe it was this past week on when we were sometime in the last week or so. You mentioned that. So it's probably scheduled time off. And they probably did this injury angle to write him off TV. And they obviously intentionally made it look like a quick finish after an on-the-spot injury to throw us off. So now you got Seth saying, hopefully Mania, so that when he comes back, when we hear his music at SummerSlam, and he's running down, knees perfectly fine, with a briefcase in hand. So it's like, oh my God, Seth Rollins.
There you have it. I don't need to say anything. It's what happened, kinda. Paul Heyman was there. He's the one with, and he did. He dropped the crutches, and now, admittedly, when he turned around to leave, part of us was like, oh, is he really just going to taunt him? But no, he decides to ditch the crutches, and he does the deed, he does the do, and CM Punk is not the world champion anymore. It is now Seth Rollins, the Vision, as they are to be called, and all the power. Now, there's theories on what is the power exactly. And I did a little bit of research. Now, it comes to my attention that Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion, which to me is the real champion. All the belts are in that belt. The Seth Rollins Please Don't Go championship is exactly where it belongs, with Seth Rollins. And until it's elevated, which not with him, I'm going to consider it that. It's going to need a few years, to really get itself in there. You know what I mean? And so far, the only power Cody has is to put a bullseye on his back. I don't understand what power, like, you can't make matches. You know, you can't just do what you want. Gunther wasn't doing that shit. He's a heel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the power is TV time. I think it's just that. I think it's just TV time. You know, when you have the championship, you can have as much TV time as you like, I feel. And the power to also control what is your world title match. Because storyline wise, that's how it works. You know, their enemies come.
Mm-hmm.
And Seth Rollins is world champion. How do you feel?
How do I feel? I like it. Seth and the Vision with all the power. They finally have all the power, which you just said doesn't actually mean anything really. But in their minds, they have all the power. And I want to see what they do with all this power that they have in their minds.
So far, nothing really, except beat up LA Knight or something.
Yeah. And rename Paul Heyman as the Oracle.
I don't like any of this because it just feels like it's the bloodline formula, but it's with Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
It's
which
the
means
same thing.
Which means it's going to be a little silly. It's going to be a
Yeah.
little over the top.
You got Bronson Reed, who's Samoan adjacent, you know, and more important.
But you gotta look at the person that's making the threats. This fat son of a bitch is fat!
I didn't say it. And
Braun
I
Breaker's
can't
uncle said it.
wait until they turn on each other. It's just a shame that we live in 2025 and I'm not going to get Braun Breaker fat shaming the shit out of Bronson Reed. Like he's got the voice for it too.
Yeah.
Like he could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any faith really in that. You know what? You can. You should be able to do that. You could call the audience fat. You know what I mean? I'm just picturing in my mind. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, world heavyweight champion, shows up Monday Night Raw the very next day after WrestleMania 2 years from now, and he's called "Welcome to Monday Night Breaker" or whatever.
Gah.
And you know the people will boo. They're like, "Boo, yeah, go ahead and boo me. You're sitting there with your fat wife and your fat kids, and every one of you are just fat. This whole town is fat. I need to get the hell out of here." And you know, I just picture it. He's like with the neck shit.
Yeah.
Fat, you know, and then just boom. That to me, be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I think angry, insulting Braun Breaker is going to be peak comedy. And the thing is, dude can back everything up he says in the ring. Because he's ridiculous. His spear is nuts. Some people online say only Roman Reigns should be doing a spear. I disagree with that. To be honest, I understand Jay and Jimmy using a spear, but I don't think
hear people saying Braun Breaker should be the only one to use a spear.
Like I've heard that too, but Roman was doing it first, and Roman also does it effectively. Charlotte should stop with the spear. She does. Did we talk about this recently? She does that flip.
You usually bring it up, but this could be someone else's first time.
Exactly.
Listening.
It bugs me because she does that flip on Impact, right? But if you think about how, like, the physics of a spear, what's supposed to happen, how you're damaging your opponent, doing that flip is essentially you're rolling into it, minimizing impact. Now, famously, Moose in TNA does it too. There's a reason. It's not Moose. Moose is not the only reason why I don't watch TNA. But I don't understand why he ever got to the top of the card.
I'm going to put my Mark hat on.
All right.
So, I'm not the biggest Charlotte Flair fan, but I kind of like it when the way she sells it, because then she does it and then she does that. Come on, she fires up. I like that. I like that. I think it looks cool. Because you need to. She needs help. All right, let her show some like intensity somehow. Maybe another move. With that to kind of be balanced here with you. But I don't know. I just think it looks cool. I think sometimes things look cool, and I feel like an asshole Mark for saying that. But I think it looks cool. So.
All right. Listen. You're right. She needs help. This act with Alexa Bliss, this is a tangent, is helping.
It's not really a tangent, Rich Derez, because you could talk about it anyway.
There we go.
That's the next match we talk about. The women's tag team match. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne and Raquel Rodriguez. You didn't even know you were segueing. It happened right here on the Basement Bookers podcast. Can you catch lightning in a bottle? Go ahead, Rich. Continue what you were saying.
So this match was pretty much exactly what we expected it to be. Roxanne eating, was it pinfall? I think it was a pinfall. Let me see. Yep, it was by pinfall. Roxanne was the one who took the pin off of the Sister Abigail DDT. Charlotte had knocked Raquel out with a boot because Raquel had popped up behind, like on the other side of Alexa, and we had that moment of... Because we had the moment.
Is she gonna kill me or not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because beforehand we had the accidental friendly fire that Alexa was like, "Oh shit, sorry," kind of thing.
Careful with your movement. I guess because your cash you blur sometimes when you. So I don't know what that is. So
sorry.
Just for your sake. There.
Thank you. I'm too damn fidgety. Sorry.
It's all good. I do it too.
Yeah. So then we had was it a rematch on SmackDown? On Raw? SmackDown?
It wasn't a rematch. I
had
don't think
something.
so. I think they just showed up and fought a little bit. We did a live stream, by the way, guys. So if you're interested, we live stream Monday.
Every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern when Raw starts.
Yeah, as long as it's on Netflix. We'll talk about ESPN later. But yeah.
Everything in 2026 is TBD. Except us. We'll be here. But,
yeah.
Yeah, but that's how we watch WWE in 2026 is TBD.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good match.
And they did defend against the Judgment Day, by the way.
Yes. And it was all the right call. For some reason, I'm who fought Chelsea Green on SmackDown?
I was about to say it was a woman. It was Charlotte.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay, so the one thing I wanted to say was when Charlotte hit the unprettier into the cake, I feel like maybe like after that she should have hit natural selection. And it looked like maybe she was going to go for it, but maybe Chelsea wasn't in position, so she just pinned her or whatever it was.
Yeah, sometimes you don't do it. Maybe
exactly.
there was a reason. You see?
Exactly. I feel like it could have worked out well, but I think natural selection Charlotte would have gotten a lot more cake on her than she probably wanted.
So the birthday celebration with Charlie and Alexa's doll. Were you getting like Festival of Friendship vibes with Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens? Like, you know what I mean? I know this kind of thing's been done before. Rock, Mankind, it's always been like a thing. I'm just talking about like the most, because I was thinking like when one of these two eventually turns on each other, it's gonna be heartbreaking. Like, even like Charlotte's still kind of full of herself, because on the cake it's like congratulations Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah.
Like
P.S. Happy birthday.
Small and P.S. Happy birthday. And it's like, okay, she's still this arrogant person. So we still, in this storyline, we need to like, I don't know. There's going to be a time where she has to sacrifice for Alexa, so they come more together because they're still technically not friends or whatever. So, but I think over time, it's going to make them really close because if you're going to split them up, you need it to hurt. It needs to hurt everybody. And I mean, like, the emotions of the people invested.
Yeah.
So.
I agree. The breakup,
It needs to be later.
Yeah, they've obviously committed to this, and I still don't love the storyline, but I'm willing to go on the ride, and if they do the breakup right, it could be really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm down for waiting for it. Definitely put it off. Let it be months and months, maybe post Mania, even.
Like, for me, the tag team champions are the perfect tag team champions right now. You want to get use out of Charlotte Flair? There you go. She has a belt. She likes belts. That keeps her happy. She's not going to get depressed because she's got a belt to play with. You got Alexa Bliss, who's been doing fuck all. And now you can make up for all that time that she's been gone. And have them wrestle on NXT. Have them wrestle whenever. Get those tag titles out there. Make them mean something. Because then when they eventually lose them and break up, oh shit, this team is legit that beat them. And since they were so successful, that's a big dent in the relationship should they lose them.
Yeah.
You build like a miscommunication or somebody caring too much about the other and not willing to do what needs to be done. One of them could be like, you made me weak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now I have to be strong again. In order to do that, I have to destroy you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You build, like regarding the women's tag division, you build new stars by building the champs up and up and up, having them defy all the odds, beat everyone, and then this team ultimately beats them. They implode, and then these champs are now like the standard, and now these champs have an entire locker room after them. So that's definitely the way to do it. It's not just
3 locker rooms.
Yeah. You got 3 locker rooms to work with. Chicago Jackson's gone, right?
Yeah, put Lash Legend with Nia Jax. I know right now they don't like each other down there right now because I guess they're doing a thing last I saw, but you could put those two together.
So did Metaphor turn face?
They're gone.
They're gone.
I think they're not a thing anymore.
Oro Men's is gone. So it's just
I think so.
Dar and Lash.
I think so. Yeah, that they haven't been a thing for a while. Like when they split up, like the very next release thing, she was on it, and the other guy. So
yeah, Jakara's over in I think TNA now.
Good for her. Let's not stay here too long.
Yeah, we're not going to draw because this is off topic. But the women's tag title match was strong. It was well done, and the rematch was also well done. I like the direction. I'm down with it.
Yeah, I think Raquel was great. I think everybody was great in it. They did their part. And in case anybody's asking, I don't know, it's Charlotte, right? It's got to be Charlotte that turns on Alexa.
Yeah, I feel like it has
to destroy her because, yeah,
it has to be Charlotte.
It makes more sense. To me, it's not believable when it's the smaller one, especially when it's Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. We're not talking about Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, which are like men, which are normally taller than women. You know what I mean? And Alexa's like 4 feet tall or something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to believe she's the heel in this relationship, even if you give her supernatural powers, which you shouldn't.
Also, it's the thing of you have Charlotte is teaming with Woman X. They're both faces. You say one of them is going to turn on the other one. Charlotte's turning, right?
It has to be her.
Who can you put in X to say, oh no, it's not going to be Charlotte. It's definitely going to be that one. There's no one. There is maybe Nia Jax. But like there's almost no one that's as strong a typical just natural heel.
They broke the Nia Jax rule.
They did.
Because remember, it was Alexa who went heel on Nia Jax. She's the one who turned on her. So,
Yeah, but that was so long ago.
I know, but it still happened. What also happened, contrary to popular belief, I want you guys to know something, okay? Now, if you saw Monday Night Raw
Yeet.
and not SummerSlam, you would think this match never happened. You would think it never happened because Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, they act like they won the damn match. My man, you didn't win the match, man. And this Shula Fala bullshit, it's not working for me, dog. It's never gonna work for me. Tribal Thief is corny as fuck. Sorry, it's derivative. You just want to say anything close to Tribal Chief because that's when you were the most relevant, Paul Heyman. And now you're here with this crew of second-rate jabronis, number 2 champion Seth Rollins, number 2 to Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. All right? Braun Breaker's the star in that group. By the way, it's no doubt about it. He's the future. And it's not Seth Rollins. So it's going to be interesting when that comes about, when those two have to, when, I don't know, who's betraying who. You know, does Seth Rollins do the smart thing is the story that, you know, like when he turned on Roman Reigns, you know, he has to do what he has to do because, you know, if you look at Braun Breaker and Roman, they're very similar, you know, kind of guys to Seth Rollins, who's like, you know, he's Seth Rollins. He's not a big guy. He's a small guy, as much as he likes to act like it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you're going to have to make a choice here. You're going to have to pick siding with Seth Rollins or making yourself a stronger competitor. You know what I mean? There's nothing else you can do.
If I can make a bit of a long-term pick here, I think I'm saying what you said, but more definitively. Eventually, Braun Breaker gets kicked out of the Vision. Braun Breaker turns face. Is it going to happen like the Shield? I don't know. But Braun Breaker is going to get kicked out. Braun is going to turn face. And I think we saw the foreshadowing of that when you pointed out that on Raw, Braun Breaker said, like with Seth not around, he had an idea. You know? Seth is, in Seth's mind, Seth is
Well, he said he was the leader.
Yeah, Seth, that's a whole thing too. So
I think it was just a ploy, you know, to get us thinking that Seth was really hurt, that he won't be back for that long amount of time, that you're trying to pivot to Braun Breaker. I think that was just to throw us off the scent, if you ask me.
Maybe, but I wonder if within the storyline, that wasn't the plan. Seth didn't want him to say that. Heyman didn't want him to say that. Unless it is. I don't know. We'll see.
It's a weird thing to just say. You know what I mean?
It is. But think about it. Like, of the three of them, who is... Okay. Between Breaker and Bronson Reed, who's more likely to be face?
Braun Breaker. He has been.
Right. Exactly. And like just like the singing for Seth's music, they're behind Braun with the barking and they love the head shake jammy he does.
Yeah.
So Seth's ego won't like that.
Maybe
I
not.
think maybe Braun might cost him a big match.
I don't think it's so much that. I think it's like, well, I guess Seth's different from when he joined Triple H, that it was more of a move to get himself to be in the position to become the world champion. You know, after the Shield defeated Evolution at WrestleMania or whatever, whenever that was. That was the very next Monday when they broke up the team.
I think that was 2015. Because I think they said it was like 10-year anniversary of it.
I don't want to
I
hear
know.
about years anymore. It
I
really
know.
fucks with me. So Seth's trying to keep his position, and it's going to be a point where Braun's like, well, you've been here for da-da-da-da. How are you the future? You know what I mean? Something like that. That could
That
come up.
that absolutely would work as well.
What I would love is if Braun Breaker played 4D chess, knew that Seth Rollins was going to pull what he pulled on Roman on him, and he gets him first. He gets Seth Rollins first because Paul Heyman is on Braun Breaker's side. I'm not saying now, I'm saying eventually, because if you look at Paul Heyman, his history, like he's like the worst woman to be in a relationship with. You know, he's always fucking over the person that he's with, and he moves on to he's on to the next one. He went from Brock Lesnar to Big Show, you know, and it's it's a sordid affair, this man. So eventually it's going to come to the point where Seth it's going to be like that. It's like Paul Heyman's like, it's the workhorse. Well, sometimes a workhorse outlives its usefulness and needs to be taken out back and speared. And whatever they do, I think this time you do it that way. You have it where the monster, because like we were talking about Charlotte Flair, she's the bigger, you know what I'm saying? She's the bigger one.
Yeah.
So the only thing with the Shield was Vince wanted Roman to be the next guy.
Yeah.
So he had to go through that.
And that worked. That in the long run, that worked fantastically.
Took some time.
Yeah. Regarding Paul Heyman, I have a saying that I've sort of like lived by as far as like in real life relationships, but Paul Heyman is like the wrestling manager equivalent, and it goes relationships that start with cheating end with cheating, and that's Heyman.
That is Paul Heyman.
Heyman just follows the next big thing, whoever that may be. Brock is no longer the next big thing, so he's not with Brock. He's with
currently,
the Vision.
Brock is a big thing. That will be later. Damn it. This is a supersize. All right, let's move on. Really not much to say about that match. You know, they let Jay come out first because he's blown up already. And
Yeah.
The rest. So
Well
let's move
documented.
on.
Yeet.
Yep. Tribal Chief wins with Jay. Let's move on to the next match. Now, this is also a news item. Sami Zayn's Karrion Kross. We'll get through this really quickly. Scarlett tried to prove a point. Here's the pipe. Zayn throws it away. Beats Kross. It was really that. And currently, Karrion Kross and Scarlett are in the alumni section. And yeah, I think that's also bullshit. I don't think anything because number one, both radio silent on X, and Kross doesn't have any problems talking on X. So he would have, you know, said like a thing, you know, hey, listen, you know, whatever they do, you know, we hear you. Stay tuned for the next journey, whatever. Because usually that's what happens when people do it. But then again, he's a different cat. You know, he might just be keeping quiet for his own career, you know, get the feelers out there coming to him. But me, I think a deal's been reached. You're going to have there's going to be a match that's going great for you. You're really liking what's going on. Someone's going to get attacked. And you're like, whoa, who is this? And it's like, oh, it's Karrion Kross. It's going to be Karrion Kross. So I just don't think it's true. Maybe I'm coping or whatever. Personally, I haven't been a huge fan of Kross since NXT Black and Gold before Vince McMahon castrated him. You know, he hasn't been the same since.
Max mooned him.
Just as he was getting better, all this stuff with the contract, etc., you know,
Yeah.
I'll let
So
you have the floor.
proof of what you just said, right?
Okay.
Do you remember there was a stipulation on this match? If
I think
if
they
Cross had
said
win,
he'd have to tell the truth or something.
if Cross had won, Sammy would have had to admit the Cross was right and Zayn was not a good person. Since Sammy won, Cross had to admit he was wrong about Sammy. Did that happen?
No. I wonder if it's because. That's a good question. I don't know, man. Honestly. But
So
just remember,
where's
they've like screwed us before.
true, but like they have something. They have a surprise return for Karrion Kross and Scarlett in mind. Something's in their it's in their pocket, right? And I think they took this little stipulation. They put it in their pocket also. So
Interesting.
they have an idea. I'm sure they have an idea for how they're bringing them back. It might revolve around that little stip, or it might not. Maybe this will, like the Sami Zayn Karrion Kross thing, will continue when he returns. I don't know.
I hope not.
I've always been interested in Karrion Kross as a character, like Killer Kross from TNA when he was over there, and obviously all the stuff they did with him in NXT. Presentation was fantastic. He got the Max Moon treatment by Vince, went away, came back, and kind of was like in limbo, giving us these cryptic promos and such and video packages. It's like,
Please don't give us the full history of Karrion Kross, man. We're about at an hour.
sorry. So
I'm sorry to do that to you.
no. Thank you for reminding me because we don't need it. Basically, like you can go somewhere with this. Just decide where you're going. I hope you have, and let's get there.
All right. Basement Bookers, unconvinced. All right. Well, let's. You know what? I'm making an executive decision. John Cena, Cody will be the last thing we talk about because that, again, is going to lead places. Let's go here. Naomi, Rhea Ripley, IYO SKY. Rhea Ripley, Riptide's IYO.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi steals it. What are we thinking?
So I think the right woman won. We both
Yep.
had Naomi for this.
There she is.
We said, yeah, right there. I was a little surprised that they had her pin Rhea, but it makes sense because after the Riptide, had Naomi gone for IYO, Rhea would have just pulled her off. I think just Rhea. Yeah. The story they were telling us was Rhea wasn't expecting it. Naomi came out of nowhere. She didn't proceed with caution.
She used all the leverage she could.
Yep.
In that, which perfectly legal.
Absolutely.
SummerSlam
no
night 2, aka Extreme Rules, was the next night, I think.
Yeah.
It was like everything was based. It was like an Extreme Rules, pretty much. Mm-hmm. It's like, here you go, Jersey. You like Extreme Rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
You like Philadelphia, kinda. Anyway, I don't know if it is or not.
Well, Philly's.
I know people in both places. All right.
Yeah, Philly's not terribly far from Giant Stadium.
There you go. All right. Did you have anything? We're good on that, right? I think we all know Naomi has to face Stephanie Velcro, as she calls her, at the Clash in Paris. She's also disowned her father. There's footage of her hanging out with. She doesn't like that he likes Rhea Ripley and them.
I mean, how can you not?
Yeah. Well, Rich, we've waited long enough, so we need to stop being greedy and keep it real, partner, and give to the needy. Because we have Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria, and what was, to me, look, as a fan, one of the biggest Becky Lynch marks in the history of the Basement Bookers podcast. Mm-hmm. Never was there a truer statement spoken. Big fan. This is not her fault. Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't know. I just think Lyra, if you're going to bring a crowbar, you got to use the crowbar. You know, you got to just don't and it's like, look, I get it, guys. What do you want her to do? You really want to hit her with a crowbar? You want to kill her? No. No, I don't, you idiot. They introduced it, okay? Yeah. And wait till later. We got a whole ass match. If you watch the watch along, the whole time I'm complaining about the crowbar. I can't stop thinking about the crowbar. It's right there. It's not hidden. Referee's done nothing about it. Not that he has to. That's not the point. My point is, it's the best weapon there.
Don't literally
it's an I win button.
Yeah, don't literally walk right past the crowbar to go look for a kendo stick.
An inferior weapon, and you're the heel. Right. This was Becky looking for something. Mm-hmm. What? And Rich, it's not even the worst thing to happen. Would you like this part? Is this, you want to, there you go.
See what this is? In case anyone at home doesn't see what this is, because lighting this is a zip tie. Now, these things...
Let them know.
Zip ties are strong. Very strong. A lot stronger than me. These things, once you get them zipped, they don't come out. The trick is, whatever you're putting in them, to make it tight enough. Now, I don't know if maybe Lyra said, hey, Becky, don't make it too loose. Don't make it too tight. But she clearly made it far too loose because on that belly-to-belly suplex, her hand clearly popped out. Clearly. Now, we know they got the monitors up there they can look at. She could see, is the camera on me? Shit, camera's on me. They could see it's out. Call it there. Your hand is out. Don't put your damn hand back in. Yeah. Don't put your damn hand back in. If you're going to do it, it was just such fail. You said, because we were live streaming, you said, if Lyra gives us a great performance, will you like her? I said maybe.
Yep, you did.
But then that happened.
That was the worst match for me to ask that.
It was. It really was. The crowbar was the thorn in your side, and the zip tie was a thorn in mine. But then...
I had faith in her. I believed in her, and she let me down.
Yeah. So I read online that when Lyra went for the fire extinguisher, she was supposed to use the handle
fire extinguisher to get her out?
Yeah. To either break it or to wedge it or whatever.
Oh, that makes sense. Maybe skip that. If you get out, you get out. Just be like, ah, something like that.
Yeah.
No one has to see that you broke it. Just
Also, if you're going to do a spot where you're using a fire extinguisher on someone and you're way too far from them, and this is on the directors, don't cut to a side angle where we could see there's a good 4 feet between the Cloud and Becky.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot wrong with this match.
Oh.
The only thing that for certain was not wrong with this match was the winner.
Yeah, we got to see Bayley, too. So
we did get to see Bayley. When the crowbar finally got reintroduced, Bayley was like, no. Why?
Yeah.
Why now? The woman you're defending...
Don't end her career, I guess. She was saying, haven't you done enough? Isn't it enough already?
No.
I get it, but you don't have to murder her.
The match isn't over.
That's true. And she did bring that crowbar. So
right.
It was too early. It was way too early.
Yeah, the crowbar shouldn't have even come into play until like the last 3 or 4 spots.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think Lyra should have brought it. I think it should have been Becky brought it.
Yeah.
And she was willing to end her career with it. Because then you could put the heat on that. It's like, is that a crowbar? And like have her use the crowbar on something there that she can break with it. Because then people can see, oh my God, what's she going to do with that thing? And then Bayley comes because that's when it's like, oh my God, what is she doing? Yes, it's no DQ, but you don't have to kill her. Then it's like, oh my God, Becky's lost it because she brought it.
Like, have her hit the ring steps and then have the camera be like zoom into the dent on the ring steps and have the announcer be like, oh my God, she's got something crazy in mind here. What's she gonna do? This is dangerous.
No,
You know,
Michael Cole's like,
that
she's gonna end her career. Somebody stop this.
Yeah,
and then
put over the
she
potential
goes like
danger
this.
involved. Mm-hmm.
She goes like that, and then Bailey. It's like, oh my God, boom, and then she's got that.
Something that heavy.
She'll still win somehow.
You don't need the full wind up with something that heavy.
I get it, but you got to give them time to.
I don't like when it's obvious.
Low enough for them to get.
Yeah.
So that's I don't know. Either way, let's power through. We did it. We did what we had to there.
Yeah, we Bret Hart 4 out of 10 that match.
That really the wire tie and the crowbar. All right. Well, we got this one wrong. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu.
One of us got this wrong.
Oh, that's right. You picked Solo. And that was still the wrong choice, I got to say. Listen, okay.
No.
You know what I get?
Solo was right. You picked Jacob.
I know, but you're still wrong because it should have been Jacob. Like, he's the star here. Here's the thing. And this is going to be hard for some people to accept, especially with continuity. Like, because Solo was here first, right? Mm-hmm. So this is what it's like, all right? This is what it's like. All right, when I was young, we didn't have a lot. So there was programs, and you could get cereal. And the cereal that you could get, it wasn't the brand name. Mm-hmm. It would be like the off-brand of whatever, Cheerios or something, off-brand.
Like Frosted Crisps.
And eventually, you move on up, and you're like, holy shit, I've got money now. I could get the brand name cereal. All right, Jacob Fatu's the brand name cereal. All right? Mm-hmm. So we've been getting those booty solos, booty solos all this time. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, we got the real deal. We got the Trix Rabbit, Jacob Fatu. So, and I mean that in a sense of like, not entertainment value, but I mean like, who is the future of the business? Who's main eventing WrestleMania? That's what I mean. Jacob Solo as a character is fun now.
Yeah.
But it's still, something's not clicking. As a protagonist and just being just a jerk, U.S. champion is a good spot for him, is all I got to say. And that's not a bad thing to say. Sometimes you're the United States champion. Other times you're a former United States champion and current WWE champion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's all I got to say about that. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's got to be a category for Solo Sikoa and LA Knight. The Solo Sikoa and LA Knight, like their places right now, could, like we've talked about LA Knight winning the briefcase, maybe next year. Mm-hmm. But until then, we got to keep it 100. But yes, Jacob comes off the top rope after post-match shenanigans with the cheating or whatever. He came off the cage. That was a cool spot. But other than that, I got nothing I can really say about it. Solid cage match, I guess.
Yeah, that all of the whole MFTs was the way to keep the title on Solo, obviously, while not burying Jacob. And then Jacob ultimately defeating the odds after the match. Solo's role here, and in the sort of longer term, what they seem to be doing, they're essentially he's the scout. He's the one. He's bringing the guys in, and they're gonna climb the card while he is just there, and that's okay. I like this role for him. Like you said, his character work is great now. Jacob has main character energy. I like Jacob a lot. Jacob has a bright ass future. give it time. LA Knight, yeah, who you mentioned. If it's not next year at the briefcase, then he'll probably have a nice US or IC title run.
Well, he's in an angle with the top stars in the company, so I think LA Knight's fine right now. So, with that being said, it's like you say, MFTs. It's midline. It's the mid card bloodline. That's who these guys are. You know, it's the mid chief. You know, and there we go. Just
He's like this.
yeah,
This is the acknowledgement.
yeah. Before we leave that, imagine being JC Mateo, and then the only thing they want to talk about is Tala Tonga. Like, imagine you were the guy you were like the cool thing for like 2 minutes. Seriously, you get lost in the shuffle. And you know what? In your defense, at least you're a playing card. You know,
Yeah.
At least you're in the deck. That's more than anybody else can say, really. Let's go. Dominic Mysterio, AJ Styles, big old tribute to the custody of Dominic Mysterio match from 100 years ago. I don't like to use exact numbers. Yeah, everything's good. The Eddie tributes with the pants. He's out there in the lowrider with his kid. I don't know if his hair is always supposed to be like that or he's making fun of Dominic Mysterio when he had that hair as a kid. But whatever. Either way, it worked. He can't Eddie dance for his life, but you know what? The kid got to come out with his pops. And might be AJ Styles' last SummerSlam, according to him. Right guy won here. Cool chair spot with the two of them trying to out-cheat the other. And it backfired. The really greasy one won. You know, the dirtiest man wins. And, you know.
Yeah, the chair spot was fun. The whole match was a tribute to Eddie, and it was a lot of fun. This was a great match. If this was AJ Styles' last SummerSlam, thank you, AJ. Dude's had a tremendous, absolutely Hall of Fame worthy career. Hasn't been in WWE for very long. It's hard to even believe how much he's done in such a short period of time because he's AJ Styles, and even Vince believed in him, and that wasn't easy to do.
That's right, Rich Derez. Well, let's go talk about a car crash. I really don't want to spend too much time on this because what even actually happened? There was so many tables breaking, women through a ladder, you know, all this nonsense. Wyatt 6 retained, just as we predicted.
Yep. All the
that's all I really have to
spots,
say.
this, that, the other. Candice has a cyclic bruise on her leg. Yeah, fun match if you enjoy the kind of chaos that a six tag team TLC match would produce.
Yeah. For me, when I was younger, this was my shit. But right now, it's like, my issue is all of that you put yourself through. And it's been a week. And I can't really tell you about much that happened outside of the highlights that I had.
Yeah.
You know, no real character moments that I can really hold on to here. So I'm just gonna move on. If I had to rate it on physicality, all right, 10 out of 10. But that's not. There's something else here. Okay.
Need an armbar. Need a good collar and elbow tie up.
All right. Listen, I'm not that much of a nerd. You know what I mean, though. The drama really wasn't there here for me. You know, like there's, I don't know. Anyway, let's get on to the main event here. Cody Rhodes, John Cena for the WWE Championship. One of the best matches John Cena has wrestled since. I can't tell you what the last great John Cena match was. Where it's like, is it him? You know, this isn't the Theory guy. This is the Solo Sikoa guy. You know, I'm talking like before that. I'm not talking about Cena Prime, but like, you know, he's on his way out. You know what I mean? It's not you're not gonna get John Cena, AJ Styles,
Yeah.
SummerSlam. But it was a street fight. The Cody Vader spot was cool when John Cena had him on his shoulders.
My only gripe of the whole match was about that spot. I just think they didn't spend enough time under the stage because it was kind of neck and neck getting under there, and then for when they come up, Cena's just got Cody on his shoulders. Cody's not fighting back. I think there should have been some more physicality under there, whether we saw it or not.
You know what it is? It just gets boring. So what they could have done in your defense is like, have a camera down there. At least it'll be on the screen or something for whatever little bit. Because it's like everybody's just sitting there waiting around. You know what I mean? You're out there. So that's my only thing. I thought it was a fun little. I thought because it looked cool. Like maybe Cody should, because then how's Cena gonna try to, walk over there without him getting out if he's struggling? You got to figure out John Cena's older now. Everything hurts. Yeah. So, like, him resisting would make things more difficult. I think the whole point of this match was to protect John Cena from shit like that. So, the finish... hold on. How many AAs, are we talking about that? Cody took Super AA. He took a Super AA. That beats everybody.
Yeah. I think the story there was just that Cena might not have put as much into it because he doesn't have quite as much, even though it's more of a gravity thing, but whatever. And Cody is just that tough. I think that's what we're supposed to get out of that.
For me, it was Cody's just that tough. Because Cody's in the prime of his career. John Cena's at the end of his career. I wasn't complaining about it. I'm just making a statement that that's what Cody went through. Cody went through everything John Cena throws at an opponent. Okay? In other words, if John Cena hit a Super AA on Austin Theory, he would have won the match. He would have been the United States champion.
Yeah.
He would have beat Solo. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that move beats people. No, that puts people down. You're not stopping that. Or even the one where did he do the one where he does one and then gets you back into another one?
I don't think so.
All right.
No.
Well, then he really did do everything. But, he's still he's older. You know what I mean? And Cody hit him with he unbolted the turnbuckle pad thing and used that as a weapon.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to strangle him. But I guess it's not AEW,
Nah.
John Moxley's not in that match.
No, it was a little bit of an homage to Cena versus Umaga, which I think was also a SummerSlam.
Maybe, yeah. That's a good spot.
Yeah, it was. Good match. Longest match of the weekend, 37 minutes, 45 seconds.
I would have won the tiebreaker if there was one.
Yeah.
But the right guy won. It was Cody. It was always going to be Cody. Even though you didn't know. I know what it was that I knew for sure that I was winning.
When's that?
And guess. You get one guess.
When you heard that maybe Brock resigned?
No.
Oh.
I had nothing. I didn't know anything. The Brock thing surprised me. I was in my mind, I was like, man, they're selling his shirts on his birthday and shit. And you're like, nah, don't worry about that. They're just selling. They're trying to make some money. And motherfucker showed up. That's not one of the things. We got the Seth Rollins, a bullshit liar. But no, and I'm surprised you don't remember, because I literally said, you are fucked now. When Cody Rhodes' entrance, right before Cody Rhodes even comes out, because there's the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, his words come up on that screen. Okay. I said, you are fucked. And then the music starts. The Cody Vader, and he's got a shiny helmet on now. Oh, well, it looks like you're fucked now, buddy. It's over. This match is over. This match goes to Cody. And lo and behold, there's no way he loses with all that. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, you see, so
But there were times. There were
yeah,
times.
yeah. So they had us in that match, which was great. We want that. We love that. For me, I wasn't fully buying Cena's face turn
Hmm.
because some of what I was seeing wasn't lining up. Like when he turned face and everything, like he still wasn't smiling to the crowd. He was still doing his frown. So I wasn't believing it. I'm guessing, going out on a limb, sources nowhere near the situation tell me shit, as you know. I think that the face turn was because it felt abrupt. I think it was sort of a last minute decision, and it came as a result of Brock re-signing. They're like, all right, we're gonna. So after SummerSlam, we're doing Cena versus Brock at whatever the PLE is after Clash of Paris, because Cena has something else going on for Clash of Paris.
Brock is probably gonna be there. He'll probably F5 Cena at the end of the match or
Right.
something. But then again, it's Paris. I don't know if he's gonna go out there just to do that. But then again, how much is in the truck?
They're both counting
You
their
know.
dates. That's how it works. You count your dates. Cena has 11 left, including Clash in Paris.
Yeah.
Man, we're almost down to single digits. Anyway, so what I was thinking was that with the signs I was getting, it was like, all right, so Cena's sort of trying to lull Cody into a false sense of security. At some point during the match, Cody will have the opportunity to really finish him off, but he's not going to take it, and then Cena's going to take advantage. Maybe a low blow, maybe some interference.
You
Um,
overbooked yourself, man.
I did.
That's what you did. You overbooked again.
I worked myself into a shoot
Yeah, that's you can't overbook yourself, brother. That's where you get the problems. Um,
every time.
but now we're gonna have. It looks to me since I couldn't believe it. Friday
Hmm.
was a tag team match. Like you barely got them wrestling, but you still got John Cena and Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul
Yeah,
on a SmackDown for
because
free.
you got to figure like because Cena was there anyway, and Cena doesn't care
And it's
if
Montreal.
yeah, Cena doesn't care if he's booked to talk or booked for a match or both because it's the appearance. Cena, it's the date. That still counts as one date for Cena. So we had that. And the segment backstage with R-Truth.
A lot of people don't like that.
I loved it. It is
I
so it was like kind of like Cena waking up for a dream and sort of taking all the heel stuff that Cena did and making it that Truth did it as Cena. And Truth's like, did I do that? He didn't say that, but that's sort of what they were trying to tell us that he was saying. I liked it.
I think they basically the I'm driving now wasn't working,
Mhm.
and no, he's just Truth again. You know, he's just doing his thing, which by the way, I'm fine with. It's some people think they're acting like nothing ever happened, that it was all bullshit,
Mm.
and I really didn't think that the John Cena heel run was bad. I didn't. There's a lot I liked about it. And you know, like Paul Heyman said, you know, I'm not a fan of what ifs either.
Mm.
You know, now I don't have it. Now there's not a what if John Cena turns heel. I think what he did is better than me and you talking about this shit in 4 years,
Mm.
you know, when he's gone and has never done it,
Yeah.
you know, because sometimes you just need to see it happen.
Yeah. The heel run worked. I think they could have and maybe should have kept it going till the end, until his next to last appearance, where he has a match, maybe against Cody, maybe against Roman or whatever. And at the end of the match, after like maybe as a "Let's go Cena, let's go whoever" chant, even though Cena's the heel, where we see Cena start to be turned by the crowd, and then after the match, Cena does the job. We get a handshake, and then next night on Raw, we get the face thank you goodbye speech, and it would have been powerful.
Listen, I think we got that already with less steps. Basically he did that already. Like, I don't know if you noticed the whole him looking at the crowd and whatever. Like, he did that already. And then he lost, like he was supposed to, but he did it early. I always say he was going to turn back. Like, I didn't think this early. But, you know, this ties in to what we talk about next, and that's Brock Lesnar. If you think about it now, it's like, oh, well, there's nothing really interesting about heel John Cena versus heel Brock Lesnar. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And who knows if that's what he is. Maybe he didn't know if John Cena was a good guy yet. You know, he didn't see that episode. But he did watch Elimination Chamber and he didn't like that. And he's friends with Cody. Who knows? Like, we could just be assuming shit. But what is real, according to John Cena, is that Brock Lesnar has a John Cena problem now.
Mm-hmm.
So after Clash in Paris, the next thing is John Cena versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. And I don't think we should really look past Clash in Paris because they might bring Brock out for that. It's Cena versus Logan Paul, straight up, nothing else, no stiffs
Good way
or whatever.
to protect Logan Paul. You know, say it ends in a DQ or whatever.
Yeah, or a little ref bump.
Or no contest.
Mm-hmm.
But
Definitely.
I think John Cena is going to put Logan Paul over in Paris. I think that's what he's going to do.
I think that probably makes sense with Brock waiting in the wings. It's going to be Brock dropping Cena with an F5 immediately before the finish.
I think John Cena beats Brock. I don't know if he's his final opponent, but I think John Cena beats Brock. Because, like, neither one of them, like, I don't think Brock needs that win, really.
Nah.
You know?
Brock has Suplex City.
But that
would be Cena getting it back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this would be John Cena's time. And it's like, you know, it's like the freaking, kind of like Rocky Balboa, you know, can he do it? Can he still, you know, because, like, he was able to go against Cody, but Brock Lesnar's a killer. You know, Cody Rhodes is not a killer.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of thing. It's a different beast that he's got to deal with here.
Literally.
John Cena, you know, even at his best, couldn't beat Brock Lesnar at that SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So
16 Germans.
Yeah. It was very one-sided. So I think John Cena gets his win back. How do you feel about Brock Lesnar being back? People are going to ask. And I'm pretty sure we talked about it on the pay-per-view, the watch party. So in case you didn't see it.
I've always been a Brock fan. There are few athletes in general as fucking legit as Brock Lesnar. You know, there's still the mystery, which is always going to be there of, well, was it always the plan for him to beat Taker?
Yeah, we don't need to dwell too much on that stuff. We need it's almost an hour and a half, please.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Right.
It's just a matter of, you know, Brock is legit, and he brings that legitimacy to the ring. He's just dominant. He is the beast, and Cena is probably in the long run somehow going to overcome.
What kind of match? I don't know. I would say cage match, honestly, and escape is the option.
Wow.
You know, I don't know. That would protect Brock Lesnar, kind of like you had to beat him enough where you had to get away from him. You know,
or if you can handcuff him to the post or something.
Wow, should probably tear that shit off. Or I don't know if you know what? No, it wouldn't be that. John Cena's not gonna do that shit. He doesn't have to do that shit. He's still an actor. You know, he doesn't want to like. I don't think he's gonna do that crazy shit. Like I think the street fight is just more. I don't know. I don't think it's a straight up regular match with Brock. I just don't like.
Nah,
bro, no. There's a reason this shit was a street fight, and it was to protect John Cena and Cody, really, and make the match good.
Yeah.
Because I honestly don't think if it was a regular match, it would have been good. I don't think it would have been as good as it could have been, as good as what we got. All right, SummerSlam. You know, what do you think about Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes eventually for Clash in Paris? It's got to be.
Yeah, I think so. Digging it.
Yeah, and I did say, I think what we were discussing is like, oh, okay, so what's next for Cody? And it's Drew McIntyre. You know, I said that. So there he is waiting in the wings. Rich the Riz. CM Punk is back. He's mad. We'll be quick about it. LA Knight is mad. Roman's mad. He lost his shoes again. Or are we getting a triple threat match? I mean, a 3-on-3 at Clash in Paris. Could we get Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns, LA Knight, and Paul Heyman? CM Punk, the Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah, I think that's probably the way to do it, because you further all the storylines, and you get Reed and Breaker more experience with more top names at once.
And Roman's gonna work Clash. That's what I'm hearing.
Mm.
So it's exciting.
Roman's going to party.
And who's gonna be on the go home for Clash? So
Nice.
Look forward to that. ESPN, $29.99. Depending. Apparently, if you have it in your cable package, you can get the show somehow. Like maybe they'll put it on or something. You know, I don't know.
I think it's a deal where if you already have it in in your cable package, that you'll be grandfathered in, so that you don't have to pay the new higher pricing.
Oh.
All I know is, like, for sure, wherever you are, do your homework regarding ESPN Plus and WWE in your area before you just go in. But man, I remember the $9.99 song.
I miss WWE Network. But Triple H said something about they did the media rounds. I don't know if it was Triple H or Nick Khan. Basically, like, oh, with this deal, you know, the pay-per-views, the shows are going to be even better. You know, basically, like, you know, stuff you got to say, I guess. It's like, oh, you're going to get your money's worth. It's like, hold on a minute, man. The people that are going are still paying the same price.
Yeah.
Why do you have to say something like that? Like, oh, all of a sudden, because you paid $29.99 per show, you're going to start to make it better? What were you doing before? Oh, so you were using half your ass. You've decided to give us the full ass this time. Well, I appreciate that. A full moon is better than a half moon. Now you're just showing your ass. By the way, once you finish WWE Unreal, like, Triple H should be arrested. Okay, you shouldn't be able to do that to yourself in front of millions of people. Okay, because the glazing that this show does to Triple H, holy cow. This man must have, until that show, I was like, no, Triple H is a cool guy. You know, people give him a hard time. You know, I'm like, man, he's egotistical, man. Like, it's not like it's blatant, but it's like the way everybody's like, yeah, Triple H is the best. You know, it's like, I feel like there's somebody behind the camera with like a shovel in their hand. And like, if you don't
Golden shovel.
You tell me how awesome I am, or I'm gonna. It's like the opposite of Vince, because Vince is famously like, he doesn't want to be thanked. He doesn't want none of that shit. And it turns out there's a reason for that, because then people have this kind of perception of you, which may or may not be true. You know what I mean? Now it's making sense.
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, they sit down for Thanksgiving dinner and he's like, you know, I think you're full of yourself. Now you see why I don't like that thanking shit. You see why I don't like it?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. It's a long boy. Is to go home?
I just one more controversial question.
All right.
How long until Vince comes back? like, and I don't mean, I mean like as a on-air personality.
On air?
Do you think they can bring him back? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, this shit's settled out of court. Whatever this is going on. It turns out it's just pillow talk between two crazy people. You know? Because I was thinking about it, and I really shouldn't have done this, but I had to say this because it was on my mind, and we talk about things like this. I know it's really long, but I just want to, like, I'm wondering, like, hearing about all that stuff about him and all this stuff, it's like, crazy usually attracts crazy. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. Like, of course, there's the power dynamic, but I like to think things are better than that kind of evil. I'm just hoping that they're both just crazy. You know? And instead of apologizing to each other, it became this crazy shit. You know? Like, and you mess things up. All right? Yeah. For us. For the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about all these storylines that could have had Vince involved. And how Austin Theory would be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Austin Theory would be okay. I just want to leave you guys with that.
Casualty.
Austin Theory would be okay.
Austin Theory is the incidental casualty.
Karrion Kross wouldn't be okay, but Theory would be okay. Bronson Reed wouldn't be okay either.
Yeah, there's always a balance.
Remember, he got rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was when when Vince left, then they brought them back.
Yeah.
So it's true what I'm saying. All right, guys, this has been a long one. Thanks for sitting here for the SummerSlam Basement Bookers review. Don't get used to these fancy graphics. It's a lot of pressure, but thank you for listening. We knew you would be listening to. You could be listening to anything, really. There's just so much out there, but you came here. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Just let us know what you thought of SummerSlam and all the matches and some of our crazy theories down below. What crazy theories do you have? Let us know. Also, we know more than half of you have not subscribed yet. Do us a solid. Hit that button. It's right down below. And as always, just got a party message.
Yeah, so does Vince come back? Do we get CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar? Is Brock Lesnar just F5ing anybody? Maybe it wasn't, just John Cena specifically, but a great time to F5 somebody. We're all under the assumption, even John Cena is, that he's there for him. It could have been just like, look, I'm back. I F5 John Cena. What do we think? Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar. Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. What are your Brock Lesnar matchups? I don't know, but you could put them in down below. Best ones get read on air as usual. I just started that now, so figured that would get us some engagement there. The match of life is scheduled for one fall, so make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the Bookers.
Check out the Basement Bookers podcast. They are just normal men. They are just innocent men. They talk about wrestling. Where else can you find the most rizzest, baldest man?